G'day, it's Mark and welcome back to the channel, and another little surprise for this episode. I'm just taking the Behr AU2 V8 back to Jake. He's going to adjust the front calipers because they're sticking a little bit, and probably through lack of use, but it seems to be a bit of an issue. I know my Fairmont V8 wagon has the same problem, so I also need to get that done. So he'll just lubricate those pistons and make sure they're released properly. Otherwise you can feel quite a bit of heat in the front wheels. They do kind of let go after a while, or you can sort of reverse and put the brakes on, but ideally you just don't want the problem happening in the first place. Not the best thing for the brakes. So I'm going to do that, but also going to pick up a little acquisition. So we'll check it out. It's really nice to have the Fairmont gear sort of back and running again, and you know, would have had a fate worse than death, would have been broken up for parts. I just think it's such a good car, it's got plenty of life left in it, so why not continue to use it and drive it, you know, rather than letting an Australian V8 luxury car just be, you know, destroyed. So definitely worth saving. Okay, so here we have a 2000 model Mercedes S-Class, an S430, so it's the V8. In fact, it's the same engine as what I've got in my ML430, the one that I went and picked up the FC LTD with Jake in the car trailer. Did a terrific job. That's got a sort of an aftermarket exhaust, as a real V8 note to it. This is just a standard exhaust, but I picked this car up for an unbelievably good price. And it's got a couple little marks here and there, but it was a one-owner car, and it was owned by a grandfather who gave it to his grandson. And then, I guess, you know, being an S-Class, there's a lot of technology and a lot of stuff that can go wrong with the cars. I actually had a S500 long wheelbase car years ago, which I don't have anymore, and I really missed the car. I ended up buying, to replace that, a CL500, which I've still got, which is a coupe. But I did miss that S500. It was a terrific car. And so I got this one, which is not the long wheelbase, if you can call it a short wheelbase, but it's the standard wheelbase, if you like. It's in really nice condition. As I said, there's a couple little marks here and there, some scratches in the boot needs polishing out. But generally speaking, it's very, very nice. Now, as I said, a grandfather gave it to his grandson, which is probably too much car for a young bloke, I think. And what happened was the air suspension on the front failed, and that is an issue with these cars. You've got to watch the struts. It can be very expensive if you don't know the right place to go or people. And so I think he traded the car in for next to nothing, and I bought it for a really good price. So I took it to Jake and Andrew, and they fixed it. It's running beautifully, and I think they originally got a quote for one of the struts for about $5,000, which is ridiculous. And that's probably maybe what the grandson got and scared him off. Then they got another price from a Mercedes specialist, and it was, I think, about $3,000. And in the end, they went to another supplier that brings a lot of, albeit grey, market parts, but you know, it's got a good reputation. They do turbo, suspension, and other components for European cars. You can imagine where they're sourced from, but they got it for about $400. So I was like, okay, if it works, and if it lasts you a year or 2 years, I mean, it's still pretty good. So they bought that, fitted it, and it's working perfectly. All the air suspension works. You can set this car with a sports suspension. You can press a button and lift it up like a Citroen. These were made with the under the Daimler Chrysler period, and some people don't like them because of that reason. But I, as I said, had the S500, and I found it to be a fantastic car. Really good. Could not fault it. And you just look, you know, nice styling. I mean, this car's now 25 years old. You would never think it's 25 years old just looking at it. Styling wise, I think it still looks very contemporary, looks very good. I actually think it looks better than the one that followed, which had that kind of big flared wheel arches on it. And yeah, you can see there the S430. Again, I wouldn't call it short wheelbase, but still plenty of leg room in the back. I haven't cleaned up the interior. It's a little bit, got a few marks here and there, but Nothing too bad. Beautiful headliner. Got all the wood here. Got the ashtray and the cigarette lighter. Never used, all beautiful condition. Very good quality sound system. Leather. Got airbags everywhere. Side airbags, front airbags. Got the air conditioning that also travels to the back here, which you can control. These seats, you press a button and these headrests fall down automatically to help you with parking. Got the nice wood grain there with all the little chrome surrounds. These are all electric, the headrests. I mean, it's a beautiful car. You've also got lights here and little mirrors. Beautiful. So nicely done. Come to the front. You've got all the power window controls, airbags on the side again. The power seat control here. So, you know, fore and aft. This is like a lower leg or thigh support, backrest, headrest up and down. You've got the mirrors. You can fold the mirrors in as well. You've got memory seats, nice chrome handles, beautiful wood grain again. If we step inside, you can see it's 190,000 kilometres. That's nothing for one of these. These things will do 500,000 Ks if you look after them without any problem. Just got to maintain the car and look after it. My ML 430 has about 432,000 Ks on it. It's amazing, you know, the condition of that car. All the buttons and dials everywhere. So I'll just start it up. Like an LED readout for the instruments. I'll turn that music off, we don't want that. You've got the sports suspension here. You've got like a traction control, ESP. You've got, this is how you raise the vehicle. You can lock the doors, fold the back headrest down, as I mentioned earlier. You've got the parking sensors front and rear. You can turn those off if that's your desire. Where fitted, this has satellite navigation, but it's got an old CD in it. Telephone, not fitted. The radio, the CD, even the tape player is quite nice. Press that, it's got an old, it's some dodgy old tape in there. All the buttons for the navigation and to plug the radio in. And yeah, just a really, really nice car. Also a electric sunroof, which works beautifully. And as I said, headliner and everything else is just superb, you know. Such lovely cars, great technology. One thing I would probably say with the Mercedes-Benz, I tend to stay clear of supercharged or turbocharged cars. I just prefer the standard vehicles, standard V8. Obviously, I've got other Mercedes 6-cylinder ones, you know. I've got an old Fintail, which used to be a Yugoslavian ambassador's car. I've got a 280 SE, which you saw on the channel recently. Check that episode out if you haven't seen that. I've got a 380 SEC coupe. I've got a 560 SEL. So I do have a few Mercedes-Benz. I really like the cars. I think they're beautifully made. Some people may not like this description, but I almost think in some ways, if the Germans made an American car, that would kind of be it. Because it's, you know, often I'm talking about the S-Class, they're big, they're solid, often they have V8s, you know, but they've got beautiful quality. The quality of the cars is just second to none. And I think the quality of the older Mercedes-Benz cars is much better than the newer ones, you know, without any question. You know, just the way the doors close and just the quality of the materials and the fittings is really good. Now, some people might say this series car, which I think came out in around 99, after that very big, heavy Mercedes, which I also really liked, but that had a lot of problems, particularly with the wiring, had biodegradable wiring, which used to break down. I think you can get new wiring harnesses for them. I do really like those, and I would have, like, particularly the two-door, like an S500, I really like those, or even the four-door, like a 500 SEL or something like that would be cool. They look like tanks. It reminds me of a Panther tank or something like that. They're huge. But this came out afterwards and was a lighter weight car and sort of more toned down, because that was seen as being an engineer's car, but sort of over the top. So, but I find these cars are really good. But again, I stay away from supercharged, turbocharged, you know, or they call that compressor, which is a supercharged. That's a German name for it. But I just find normal V8 cars, or even the 6-cylinders, are really good if you just maintain them, look after them. You know, even with automatic transmissions, this has a 5-speed automatic. Every second service, I just get the fluids and the filters replaced. I just do that doesn't matter what the service book says. I just do that. I find that's good preventative maintenance. Always their service intervals are every 15,000 kilometres, which is quite a long way, particularly for someone like me who doesn't really drive the cars very often at all. You know, a lot of time would elapse before you started doing that sort of mileage. But when we had the S500, we used to use that as our normal car. You know, did a few miles in that car, and it was beautiful on trips and things like that. It was so comfortable, and it was also silver. And then my friend Jared, who's a subscriber to the channel, g'day Jared, he's got a lovely light gold 6-cylinder S-Class. I'm not sure is it an S300 or an S350? I'm not sure. Jared, I'm sure you'll chime in. And he's also got a little Mercedes wagon, which they bought brand new. Beautiful car, so comfortable and relaxing, and the quality is just so nice, you know. They can't be faulted, I don't think, anyway. And I think for the price, like, I'm not going to go into what I paid for this car, but I've got to tell you, it was the bargain of the century. It was a really good deal. And, you know, I spent a bit of money to get the servicing done. I've had all the oil changed, had the strut fixed as well. I probably spent about $1,000 on servicing, just over, but that's still a very good deal. So thanks, Jake and Andrew, for doing the service on the car. Appreciate it. Take all my cars there, except for the work that Ray's doing. That's more restoration. But yeah, for general maintenance and stuff like that, those guys look after my cars for me and do a great job. So the tyre place at Mornington, if you're in the area, you should go there. Anyway. Yeah, that's a bit of a review on the Benz. I should show you the engine. Let's have a look at that. Actually, before we do that, just press this. You got auto down windows. Even the glass is dual pane thickness. I've got double pane glass for sound. Auto up and down. Just such nice cars. Anyway, let's check out the motor, the engine. So you pull the internal bonnet catch, and then you've got to pull this out. I don't know if I can do it one-handed. Sort of can. So there's the engine there. The V8, Mercedes-Benz V8. Terrific engine. You can see the air. These are for the struts. For the automatic leveling and just that ride control. The ride's beautiful on these cars. The long wheelbase does have a better ride. No doubt about it, compared to the short wheelbase or the standard wheelbase. But anyway, that's the S430. So I thought you might just like to see that. So appreciate you watching. And yeah, if you like the car or you've got any questions or comments, drop us a line. Thanks for watching. Well, I hope you enjoyed that episode on the Mercedes-Benz S430. Really nice car, beautiful condition, and you know, it was a great price. So couldn't say no. And I did miss my S500 long wheelbase car I had years ago, and I do have a CL500 coupe. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and please give the episode a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a future episode. Coming up very soon will be the auto history episode on the VH Valiant and Charger, so keep an eye out for that. Thanks for watching. See you later.